is Lucia, born Maria Lucia Baca. But when I cross this gate, the year is roughly 1983, and I am known to my extended family simply as La Luciita. I am named after my grandmother, Josefita Lucia Tapia. She and my grandpa, Juan Abel Larrañaga, raised my mother, Nancy, in Encino, New Mexico. Located in the Central Plains of New Mexico, Encino was a train stop town. My mother lived there until she was 18 and then moved to Albuquerque around 1966. It was there that she met my father, Manuel Arturo Baca. My grandmother, Juanita Urioste Baca, moved there just months before he was born. She married his stepfather Querino, and he grew up in Atrisco, New Mexico. Recently back from the Vietnam War, he and his cousins were out for one last cruise on Central when he came across a beautiful brunette. It was as if he had been waiting his whole life to meet her. See, even though he was raised in an agricultural community within the city limits of Albuquerque, his heart had always been with the much more open space, Apache Springs, New Mexico. My grandma Juanita inherited property there. It was part of a homestead that her grandfather received in the late 1800s. My dad spent many summers here with his grandma Julianita, but only ever dreamed of making this his permanent home. After giving Valencia County a try, my mom and dad packed up their mobile home and headed east to give country living a fighting chance. For my mother, this was a wonderful opportunity. She had already lived in the city long enough to know she preferred the quiet whistle of the llano to the roar of city streets any day. In the beginning, we all lived out of my dad's camper. They built a foundation and quickly formed solid ground for the four of us. He took on a job as the local school bus driver, and we soon established ourselves as permanent residents. Not to the liking of the previous residents, of course. My dad slowly built a herd of goats, began an adobe addition to the existing mobile home, and it wasn't long after that my brother joined in all the fun. We acquired our yegua Pepper. She wore many hats: transportation, petting zoo entertainer, but she especially came in handy when my father began plowing our 3 fields of corn and beans. And even though life was hard at times, it was ours. Every moment belonged to us. Not a bank, not a mortgage company, us. My fondest memories are of lightning storms. On a really good one, the electricity would go out and we'd bring in kerosene lamps. We listened as the rain trampled on our tin roofs and the thunder rumbled the entire house. The arroyos ran violently for hours. Then, like nothing, they were gone, leaving only the pleasant smell of fresh rain on red clay. We celebrated rainfall because it meant a good harvest. In my adolescence, I complained about our lifestyle and rejected it. It was hard to understand that while all my friends from school were out enjoying themselves, I was here herding goats or helping with the cosecha. It took many years of life's journeys and hard falls to truly appreciate the beauty and blessing of Apache Springs. And now as I return, not alone, but with a family of my own, I can only hope Apache Springs will forgive me for ever denying it and receive me with open arms. The combination of my mother's llano living with my father's acequia upbringing has made me who I am today. We were raised modestly, but this helped us appreciate the cultural backgrounds and traditions of both our families. I am so proud and thankful to my mom and dad for having the guts and ganas to uproot and build on a vacant piece of land. They are the reason I value hard work and open air. Apache Springs is where I grew up, but my mom and dad are the reason I call it home.
We're gonna hold